All right, welcome to all for the first session of HeXaCourt. It is currently 10:13 p.m. Today, we are here with two cases on the docket. First case is Zoom versus the people of HeXaCourt for his crimes, alleged crimes, we don't know yet, alleged crimes of dry gas abuse. All right, your lawyer, sir?
I'd like to
My
take
lawyer?
a stand.
Thank you.
Oh, I knew it. And who is representing the people in this case?
I am.
What did you do?
I don't know.
All right. Since it is the people who have filed the case, we shall start with the people's lawyer, the plaintiff. Start with the plaintiff. Order in the court. Order in the court. Shut that dog up. All right. Order in the court. All right. So as I stated earlier, before we stood for the national anthem, we will start with the people's lawyer. Please state your case as to why
I need to see.
Zoom has been accused. You can stand. Zoom has been
No, I'll stand
accused of dry gas abuse.
So he is brought here to court today for two charges: child endangerment because the Ghasts are his the Ghasts are his children, and child abandonment.
Whoa.
I have statements by two community members here in these books here that I will address to the court. I have Snivy's statement, and then I also have Kat's statement.
You would like to submit this as an exhibit to the court? All right, I will take it.
Here you go.
Thank you. Oh, two books. Oh, this isn't looking good for you, Mr. Zoom.
And then I also have a photo by Kat. It's very, very heartbreaking.
Oh, heartbreaking.
Very heartbreaking.
All right. Hello, Snivy. I'd like to get your statement for the recent crime that has been committed by Zoom, in all caps, 216. In this booklet here, you can write your statement on the next page, then after you have completed, sign the booklet. This was signed by lawyer Wolfy. Statement of Snivy. Zoom originally got one baby happy Ghast, but never revived it, and has had it sitting in the sun since nearly the first week of the season. Now he has gained two more, and has just let them starve and remain dehydrated as well. I disapprove of his actions and testify that he either must give up his parental rights to the babies or take corrective action and rehydrate them and take better care. This was the statement by Snivy. She is not here today, but I will read the statement given by Kat.
Good luck.
Statement of Kat. My name is Kat, because I can't read what your actual username is. And I am writing this statement regarding the gross negligence. Oh, she said gross. Negligence displayed by Zoom 216, all caps, so this is the same Zoom. Zoom towards multiple Ghasts. I have seen firsthand the conditions the Ghasts are living in and have proof. Two were left in the dark, damp cave, visibly dehydrated and forced to beg for food in exchange for, air quotes, work. A third Ghast was left sitting out in the hot sun surrounded by threatening birds, once again left visibly dehydrated. Ghasts are known to require proper care and hydration. Leaving them unattended for days on end without water definitely falls under the definition of abandonment as stated by the HeXaCourt Animal Welfare Society. Oh, she did her research. This was not an accident. It is clear abandonment and endangerment. These Ghasts did not ask for this. They did not choose this. However, Zoom, with all caps, 216, has chosen it for them. Very good, very good. All right. Now, we have gotten confirmation from Snivy that witness testimony was correct. I shall send the screenshot. Thank you for your evidence. Now we will hear the opposing side.
Sure.
Your Honor, I'll just have to ask, where is the actual photo evidence of the one in the sun?
Very good question.
Because as we're seeing here, I only see two, and they're inside. Got a nice little fire, nice little roof over their head, out of the sun.
Mm-hmm.
So where's this alleged gas that's in the sun for the birds? My client made a safe haven for the ones that were inside. No predators were going to come and harm them in there. Also, we would a pool and friends. Yeah, they had friends in there, right? There's friends in there. Also, I would like to add a counter to this. Since our lovely folks here in the court are so concerned about animals and the welfare of those beings, these living beings that are not us. What is this? Sue.
Wow.
Is correct.
Unacceptable.
Sue and Tritii, do you want to explain
Your
what
Honor,
we're looking at
objection.
Your own son.
Objection, Your Honor. This is not pertaining to the case of Zoom, of child
This
Yes,
is
it is.
pertaining to
Yes,
the
it
case
is.
of him.
How is this?
Because last I checked, Zoom wasn't hanging his gas. Was he? If the court is going to act like it cares about animals, then it shouldn't. Why aren't we calling out the other ones? Tritii, what was the words that you told me? That this was his dying wish. So that's not even.
Yep.
He's not even alive. That's his dead body hanging up there.
It was consensual.
Is
This
there
is dying
is there written proof that Tritii had said these words?
He confirmed it. Just now.
You said it? You said it, sir?
He said yes just now.
He said
You
it
said
was his
it?
dying
You-
wish.
you said-
it was
you said that?
consensual.
Again, this is
I
not
don't know.
pertaining to the case of Zoom.
Oh,
This
you
is-
said
we're
I don't
talking
know.
about we're talking
Zoom
about
also
Zoom here.
agrees.
We're not talking about other people in
Is
the
it?
court. I
Just-
know it's not.
Your Honor,
Like to say.
I would.
Order in the court.
I would like to
Order
bring
in the
Sue
court.
to the stand.
Huh?
Oh,
Come up here, Sue. On the other
oh,
side.
you're calling you're a witness, all right?
Mind
Sue,
you, you're
please come up to
swearing
the stand,
in.
please. Yes,
Mind you, that you were sworn in.
I
on the
will.
chicken.
I will. Hold on.
I
So-
swear on little gavel, my son. I will tell the truth and
The
nothing
whole
but the
truth
truth.
and nothing but the truth. Yep.
Sure.
All right. Go ahead. With questioning.
Who was the
the
one
witness.
that hung up that golem's body?
Tritii.
So Tritii, who said that he didn't know how he. So he's the one that fit up there, huh? Did the golem tell you guys that this was his dying wish? Did he consent
Indeed.
to being turned?
He
And do you have
did.
that in writing? Or is it
I
just
do
your
not.
word?
It
So you
is
have
verbal
no-
agreement. We were both there to witness.
See, when it comes to what's done to a dead body, you do need a written agreement. Verbal ones won't hold up in
Technically-
court
Said dead body can be revived.
and
This
be
is true.
revived. Unless then why have you
Necromancy.
kept him?
It is his dying wish. He wants
is-
to be hung on display.
Interesting. Yet there is no plaque to let your shoppers know that the dead body hanging in your stores is there of its own
We-
free will.
We can write that. We can make a notice on the wall saying that Mr. Golem has consented to his body being on our.
Objection, Your Honor. I feel like we're kink shaming.
Yes.
Agreed.
Your Honor, a dead corpse can't consent.
This is a
It's
Christian
necromancy.
server.
Could
We don't have
consent.
kinks here.
This is a Christian server.
Corpse can't consent, and also copper golems don't talk. So I'm really curious as to how they got his consent in the first place. We don't speak their language.
Mm-hmm.
You communicate in
This
different
is
ways.
this is true.
But also,
This is true,
the
they
point
cannot talk.
does stand that we can't just be pointing fingers at Zoom when he did try his best to make a shelter for Ghast that he knew that he wouldn't be able to take care of. If we look at all the Ghasts out there, how many of them are standing are going out in the sun? They're out in the sun. They have nothing to do. We've woken them up, taken them from their homes, and what are they doing? Just sitting around without a purpose. They've been abandoned. We
Your
brought
Honor,
them, and they're
may I say something?
Go for it.
No, excuse me.
You speak when spoken to.
Excuse me.
I would like.
You may let your lawyer finish her speech, and then you may. All right, go ahead.
Right. As I was finishing up, everyone in this room
Yes.
has been using the gas in their final forms as a living trophy to show off the fact that they have gone to the Nether and they've done the impossible. And they have, colonized these animals.
Mhm.
I feel like nobody in this courtroom is truly innocent as they claim. Yes, I turn it over to my client.
Your
Alright.
Honor, those ghasts, they were not exactly mine to begin with. They were put there as a gift. But since I was so
From whom?
distracted, I think they were from Sue.
Sue, were those gas gifts from you?
They were a gift from me, but I expected said defendant to take care of the children that I provided.
And you're correct to assume that. However, I was distracted with my own project at the time. And when I did get to it, I have built them an appropriate
When
home.
he got to it, so he didn't put the children.
But
in
don't you
first.
think I should have been asked before I should be given such a responsibility?
I,
It
in
was a
fact,
gift.
asked you if you wanted the gas.
You
Mm.
gave
You
it
said,
to me
"Of
before
course."
I responded. You have proof of this?
I do not, but
Mm.
whoever
So it's
has
hearsay.
It's hearsay.
All right, we shall strike that from the record because there is no proof to back up this claim. Sue, you may take your seat. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Sue, you do have a point, but did you not consider potentially adoption if you could not take care of said kids?
I tried, Your Honor, but then Cat over there had built that shelter around them without my consent, and I put that sign and wrote what
A
it what
witness.
has been.
Did you not just say you built the structure to give them a home, and now you're saying
No,
I
I built the
structure?
structure that they're in right now, but the structure that they're in the picture, you built that.
All right. Well, I guess that means that Cat must take the stand now, as
All right.
you. He is saying that you potentially built the house. Swear on the chicken, please.
Oh,
The little
yeah.
baby
Hi,
chicken.
chicken. I swear on the chicken.
You shall tell nothing but the truth, the whole truth,
I
and
will
all that
tell
shit.
the accounts exactly as they happen.
All right. Go ahead.
What's the
Tell
question?
the events of how you remember it.
All right. Zoom over there
Yes.
had these ghasts, 3
Defendant.
ghasts.
Yes.
And I know
Well, only
that
2 of them are on record.
Brittany wants to pretend that the 3rd ghast didn't exist, but I would like to submit into evidence these 2 screenshots
Oh.
of the 3rd ghast. Very
Okay.
obviously surrounded by starving
Objection.
birds.
Objection, AI.
And do you
That's
have
AI, Your
proof
Honor.
of this? Do you have proof
Overruled.
of this, Alexander? Yeah.
Court will accept this evidence as there is indeed a date stamp. It seems that the date stamped on said screenshots is in January 29th, 2026. Am I right?
Yes.
Continue.
So
Continue
so I
with
just
your
wanted to highlight that they are lying about the 3rd ghast. But as for the 2 that Zoom claims to build a structure for, after I had witnessed and noted the abuse of those 2 ghasts sitting all by themselves, I did, without his consent, build them a tiny little tent. I will admit to that, because they were exposed to the elements, and I felt that they needed assistance. It is no different than giving a homeless person a pair of shoes.
So you did this as an act of kindness
Yes.
to the guests
I
that
gave
are
them heat
that were
and
allegedly mistreated by the defendant over here.
Correct.
All right. Thank you so much for your testimony. You may take your seat.
Wait, no, Your Honor, we have one more question for it.
Oh, yes. Okay. Sorry.
So if you made the shelter, who made the sign?
That I do not know.
I am sure that she wrote the sign.
Because you took a screenshot of the little conditions under there, but in the screenshot, you can clearly see the outline of the sign.
Yes,
So that
that's because
sign
the
was-
sign showed up after I had built the shelter and before I took the screenshot. I did not take the I did not build this shelter and take the screenshot at the same time. They were on the same day, but they were at different times.
All right. Yes. No further questions.
For
yes.
that, kind of. So, the court likes to claim that the third gas was surrounded by vicious birds, yet the birds don't appear very vicious at all. In fact, the ghast is around the same height as the birds, which would mean that they wouldn't be a predator for the ghast. So it looks like this ghast also was surrounded by friends.
Your Honor, this is speculation. Were you
There's
present
proof
at
for
the
this.
time of the
There's
bird
proof for this.
there?
In a
Or
safe
were you there?
haven. We can
They live
clearly
together.
see they live together. We can clearly see that these are all pets. Even there's a frog. They're all around the same size, which means they don't pose any real danger to one another.
Your Honor, clearly
There are
with your
also 3
photos-
guard dogs. There are also 3 guard dogs in there.
Your Honor, if I may,
Yes.
in the second photo there, you can see the light blue bird very obviously feasting on a piece of flesh,
Oh,
which implies
Yes,
they
that
are
is-
not
that is
friendly
correct.
tame birds.
that is correct. I do
Your Honor, we
see.
know
And
exactly
in the
what that
first
is.
That is not
photo,
flesh. That is he's
that
only eating
frog
seeds.
looks very much like he is eyeballing that ghast as a snack.
Hmm.
You could right now visit that haven right now and see the proof for your own.
But
This
we
is
are
fair.
That's my case.
All
All
right,
right,
so
this is
no-
all speculation.
So no further questions for this witness here.
For this witness, no.
Through either party.
No.
All right. From this piece of evidence, I do agree that the bird potentially feasting on flesh is a lot of speculation. The only thing that we can confirm from this photo and from the witness statements that we have here is that all 3 cease your shuffling. All 3 pieces that we've seen thus far all say that Zoom had 3 ghasts.
That's correct, Your Honor.
3 ghasts. So that we know is factual. As for the birds feasting on rotten flesh, I mean, it is rotten flesh. We are all citizens of HeXaCourt, and we have all had our fair share of zombie attacks, and we have all slain zombies, and we have all collected rotten pieces of flesh. So we do know that that is rotten flesh. As for the birds, vicious predators, I mean, no. Because we all have had birds. This is what, our 6th season of HeXaCourt, correct? And we know that these birds are very peaceful creatures. They dance to jukebox music. And what creature that dances to jukebox music is vicious? Very true. Now, I will also agree with the council that the frog does look malnourished a little bit. It is in the sun, and
That's how the frogs look.
and we all know that frogs need to be near some water because their biome is with mud and swamps.
He has one now, Your Honor.
He has one now, but at the time, did he?
But like I said, it was a gift, an unexpected gift. I didn't ask for a frog.
This is fair, but you could have also prepared something temporary for him to stay in until you had something more permanent.
I was worried he
Your
would
Honor.
escape, Your Honor.
Yes, Brittany.
Also, think about that, like, where you would get the frog would also be the best place to get the equipment for the frog. Wouldn't it make more sense if the person gifting the frog would bring along the mud because of how far away it is for the person that they're gifting it to, so they can make a habitat for them? It's like, he doesn't have a pet store nearby. That pet store is close to where they were. It was
Nobody
on-
has a pet store near them.
Objection. You can get mud by dropping dirt in cauldrons of water, so it's very easily accessible.
This is a true statement.
Another thing I might add to that is if I
Yes.
gift, let's say for example, if I gift you a dog,
Yes.
am I expected to create a dog house and provide food and water upon of receiving giving a gift to you?
But you're expected to at least warn the person you're gifting that they need to prepare for such a thing.
Then what is the point of a gift? It's an unexpected
But
gift.
you can't gift a responsibility.
I mean, this is true.
You'd have to have a talk first, even parents
But
that give their
babies. So, I will agree with the council that the frog does look rather malnourished. And if we look at the picture, it does look like the frog is looking towards the camera with a sad face.
just a resting sad face. They can't help it.
It looks very sad.
It was probably mid-walk when this was taken.
Mid-walk?
Yeah, they like to walk around. And then jump.
On a
It
leash?
looks like it's leashed.
It is leashed.
Yeah.
It is leashed. We can
It is leashed,
see by the
and that's
photo
probably
it confirmed
how
that it is
the
leashed.
person that gifted it would have had, because the person who gifted that frog did not put it on a leash, it would have ran away before he would have been able to see it. So that
It
leash
also-
would have come from the person who put them there.
It also
I
seems
will-
like
I
yes,
will
continue.
state that
Yes.
frogs, as an avid frog owner and caretaker,
Yes.
frogs can live happily on leashes. I will state that.
That's
Oh.
good to know. The court will take that into consideration. Now, I will also like to say, looking at this picture, Mr. Zoom, it seems like you like to leave pets out in the open, because I'm seeing what looks like
It's-
3 wolves outside
Honor,
as well.
I was in the process of building the inside of my base specifically for them, and it took
Mhm.
time for me to prepare a good environment for every animal
Mhm.
waiting for it.
Mhm, mhm. And do you have evidence that you have now given these pets a proper home?
I do. I don't have a picture, but we can all go visit there right now.
Yeah, get a picture.
I can leave right now.
All right, but you are
Flight
to come
risk.
back. Right, wow.
But like
Flight risk.
Someone
Flight
should
risk.
escort him.
Yes, so escort him.
yes.
But
So
they're
Take
flying,
some-
are we
I'm
having
correct.
recess?
Well, I see
As you
one
can see,
happy
there's
guest.
mud,
Yeah.
water, trees, vines,
Yep.
and guard dogs.
One dog looks like they're suffocating in a bush.
Your Honor, that dog has been eating from that bush since the day he was there.
He's eating what? He's eating what from the bush exactly?
Believe.
I guess berries, leaves.
Berries. Well,
As
oh, yes.
a dog owner, my
Yes.
dog loves frozen berries and often eats grass to
Oh.
It's helping
cure
for
upset
digestion.
stomachs.
To cure
Yeah, I
upset
will.
stomachs,
I will also state, as another dog owner, my dog eats grass so often I call her a cow.
As
That
a
is
former
very
dog
mean of you.
owner.
I know. In my defense, she's also black and white.
Wow. Whoa.
Oh,
So she is a cow.
See it.
Your Honor, if
Yes,
I may,
Wolfy.
could I
Yes.
call Tritii to the stand, please?
Oh, yes, you may.
So,
You have to swear?
You must
Oh,
swear
yes,
on
I
gravel.
hear. Swear on gavel.
Okay,
Please.
I swear on everybody here's soul that I wouldn't lie.
All
Hold
right.
on.
all
You
right.
may proceed.
So, with the photo I first put earlier, with the environment for the 2 Ghast in this photo, correct? They're in an enclosed space, and as you can obviously see by the photo itself, the sunlight is hitting them, correct? And this screenshot was taken, yes, around the same time. It was the January 29th, 2026. It was earlier this year, right? Tritii,
That's how
Yes.
time
how
works. Yes.
long was those Ghast sitting outside before?
That new enclosure and shelter was built about a week and a half or so ago. So they have been
What?
outside in the sun for the past 3-4
Objection.
months.
Your Honor, you can see even in the picture they were not completely outside. You can see the process of the building taking place as the picture was taken.
But the sunlight was still seeping.
The
into
sunlight is not
structure.
there. It was blocked by whatever is above them.
The fact still stands that you did not build what they're sitting in, as you said yourself.
Correct, but I did build the roof up above their heads with the grass and moss
Okay.
as I was
Okay.
preparing their enclosure for them.
Okay. Okay. Wolfie, do you have any other questions for your witness? All right.
I could ask questions.
Oh, yes,
Oh.
Brittany. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, Tritii, you know about birds. Can you tell me the environment that birds are usually found in?
They're in the wild, in trees, in the jungle.
In the wild, so out in the open usually,
Mhm.
right? Do birds usually make roofs over their heads? Do they make a nest? Do they make a
They,
roof
ma-
over
they,
that?
do, they do make a nest, yeah.
Do they make a roof on top of that nest? Not really, do they?
No?
Objection. Birdhouses.
Birdhouses are
Yeah.
not made by
I mean,
birds.
trees would
But
have.
they live in them. They make their nests in them.
I mean, trees would have leaves on top, so it would be covering the sunlight. Usually, nests are not like cooking the eggs inside from the sunlight.
Anyway, as the point I was trying to make is, they're also saying that, like, you know, the whole, like, the elements and stuff. Birds like the rain. Not only do they like the rain, their wings are waterproof. They don't care about the rain.
Well, we're not talking
Because-
about birds.
We are talking. We mentioned the birds in here. His birds.
There's many
they're
other
on the
animals.
Also, wouldn't a gas that can't be left in the water by itself also enjoy rain as a way of getting a little bit like a nice little soak?
But they wouldn't
How does
enjoy
it work
sunlight in the
that
summer. In the heat, 42 degrees it was last summer.
In
Mm-hmm.
the summer? But they've been out since January, which is in the summertime. That's a time where it's nice and cool out.
Well, we're near the equator here, so it's,
Are we near the equator?
yeah,
That's why I checked
speculation,
with
Your
the
Honor,
other-
speculation.
I agree.
Speculation for above the equator or not?
I mean, we could fact check it.
And looking at the map, that won't load.
Yeah, well, as you can see inside
That's not even
there
loading.
is the sun hitting the Ghast from the.
Mhm.
You can actually even see their shadows, and like it seems like a very bright, sharp sun.
You can see the shadow on the back. It looks like the sun's starting to go down, actually. Based on
Yeah,
the
but that would be
shadows,
one day. But they have been out for like 3 months.
3 months. And let me ask a question to Zoom. You want to tell
Okay.
the people why they were out for that long?
I was building their enclosure.
But on
So
the
it
day,
took-
but you weren't on. You weren't on all the time. So you have.
This is correct. I was in the middle of my semesters, 2 semesters of art college, and as you know, art college is very demanding.
Would kill animals for your college,
They're still alive.
hurt them, torture.
I only saw one ghast in the
You
photo you
did not
submitted
see
evidence
that.
to.
I was about to say I'm only seeing one ghast. Where are the other ghasts?
Wait,
The other
Zoom-
guests, Your Honor, have chosen to be with their families in a different part of the map.
In heaven.
Nope, they're still alive.
That's like saying
Prove it.
our dog took a
Also-
walk.
Also, Your Honor, Sue, the person that went and saw these in person, just said BRB. So I would like to
He's
ask if we
using the
push that
restroom.
questioning.
She's
I would
using the
like to
restroom.
ask if we push that question until after she gets back, because we do have a witness right here who did see the other gas. Is that correct, my client?
Mhm.
That
The
wasn't
long
really
silence.
convincing.
Jeez.
Sorry, Your Honor, someone sent me a text message at the wrong time.
Are you using your phone in court?
Any other questions? Yes. Tell us more about how busy your schedule was.
Well,
How that
not only
prevented you
was
from
I
being
in
back
college, I was also working as an Uber driver to provide and pay my bills. As you all know, the economy is.
Can I add to that?
Like, go for-
Would you leave your child in a hot car to go to your job?
Of course not. But I
Would
don't
you
have
leave-
a child.
You have your
I didn't
animals.
put any
you have
animals
responsibilities.
in a car.
Yeah,
Also,
they're in the
Your Honor,
hot
I would
sun.
also, Your Honor, here say that's not a good comparison. Outside, at least they have air circulation. Kids die in hard cars because there's no air circulation.
You can die of a heat stroke outside.
And they
And
didn't.
clearly the grass,
The
the
gas
gas are
comes
dried
from
up.
a place
Two of
where it
them
is
are
hot
not
all the
present.
time.
They're missing.
Yes, but is it wrong for my client to kind of, to take care and maintain the state that this was given to him in? Why couldn't the people give it to him happy?
If we want to be technical, aren't the dried happy gas supposed to be placed in water?
Why
Yes.
weren't they placed in a well? Why didn't the person giving it to him place them in water?
Oh,
Is it the had they
given
done
to
that?
him. Given.
Yes.
So that means the person gave them to him into his inventory. He
Hmm.
could
No,
have placed
they were
them
placed.
right into the water.
They were placed.
In fact, they were placed.
They were placed.
They were
there.
not given.
Yes. So why did you not place the gas in the water when you gave it to Zoom?
I feel reviving said children without someone's consent is questionable parenting.
But giving them without their consent is fine.
I got
what
your
parenting
consent
is.
to give you children.
There's no proof of that.
I got verbal consent. So next
I
time I
deny
give
that.
you a gift, I will give you something to sign then.
I agree to that.
Okay. Counsel, do you have any other questions for Sue?
My client, is there anything that you would like to add?
I do have something to add, but not concerned with Sue. I would like to say, I say, Your Honor,
One moment.
Okay.
So you may sit. Thank you for your time.
those
Go ahead.
ghasts stayed up there for so long, waiting for me to prepare their enclosure. And when I finally did that, they were not so Oh, I'm so sorry. They were not so accepting.
Did you
Whoa.
get hit?
I didn't mean to.
Oh,
I didn't mean to.
that looked intentional. He walked forward and hit. Just saying.
Order.
They were not so accepting of their new place, not because of the conditions, but because of their history. That tells me that when they were with Sue, they were not given a proper life. And the prolonged stay out in the sun because of Sue, their depression got
Objection,
worse
Your
and
Honor.
worse. And I had to go through. Let me finish. I had to go through with them to therapy for months to get them to get in a normal state.
At the end of your statement,
I like to
want to cross-reference that?
Question.
Yeah.
So, so you're claiming that it's Sue's fault that the Ghast were in the condition that they were in?
I was saying it's Sue's fault that they were depressed, and I had to pay my own money out of my pocket to get them therapy.
Do you have receipts? Physical proof? You're present in this courtroom?
We all know that Minecraft has no receipts.
That is untrue, because you can use a book and write down. You can get an invoice and write
You
down
do
in a
not
book.
do that usually on HeXaCourt.
A receipt can be made.
I wasn't
continue.
trying to prove a point by getting them therapy. I was just trying to help them.
So what you're also saying is it's Sue's fault that they were left in the enclosure for months
No,
by
I
themselves?
was not. I'm not saying it's Sue's fault that this happened. I'm saying that Sue could have done better to prepare me for this.
Just like you could have done better.
Everyone could
Put
have
them
done better.
in a better enclosure than what's...
We all know nobody's perfect.
I am.
Okay, I'm done, Your Honor. To sum this up quickly, Zoom over here. Back in January of earlier this year, there were not just 2 baby Ghasts left alone in the hot sun, but also 3, and the third one had no enclosure. I would like to just say here, he, at least in the eyes of the prosecuting side, shows proof, physical proof, photograph proof, that Zoom left them out in the sun, whichever direction the sun hits, alone, scared, dried, and sad. I believe, the prosecution believes, the community of HeXaCourt believes that he left these poor children out in the sun far too long. And I just want the court to hear what the people have to say. Statements from Snivy and Bo, from Snivy and Cat, and I hope the court today brings some justice to this case of child endangerment. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
All right, thank you for your closing statement. Brittany, you may begin your
Your
closing
Honor.
statement.
People of the jury of the court. Is my client here a perfect person? No, but none of us are. The same people who accused him
Okay.
put Gollum up in their store for months, and until recently, never said anything about that Gollum being dead or about that Gollum wanting to be up there. At the end of the day, none of us here are perfect people. We all have flaws. We all do things that others may deem not fully great and amazing. But does that, at the end of the day, does that make us horrible people? No. At the end of the day, as long as people learn and grow from their experiences, isn't that what matters? My client has grown. He could not be on as often as he would like to be, but when he was on, he spent that time and attention making sure that his children, his babies, had a nice place to stay while he wasn't here. It's not his fault he couldn't be on more. And honestly, we as a community could have done our part to help those children out, to help those babies out, because we knew that he wasn't going to be on. But yet, everyone here sat back and did nothing. They left. They could have made like a place for him to be out of the elements because they knew that he could not come in. They didn't. That they were pointing fingers at him. We all could have done more to help these babies. So all that matters now is that we've gotten to them. They've been helped, and they are now in a better environment. And that's all that matters today. I would like Your Honor to consider what we've said, and consider that was perfect. Thank you.
Anyways, yes, thank you both counsels for your closing statements. I shall take all evidence that has been given in this court today, as well as the statements from all our witnesses, and I shall deliver the verdict and a potential punishment, maybe, in 1 week's time. We shall gather back here again in a week. Court is adjourned until 1 week's time.